From Shoreline Church, the newlywed capital of the world, in color. It's the Newlywed Game. And here's the star of the show, your host, Bob Eubanks.
Good morning, and welcome to the Newlywed Game, where we find out if our couples really love each other as much as they think they do. We brought our sign guy back from last week. Let's give a hand for our sign guy. Now remember, a huge part of every show is audience participation, so when he holds up that sign, you make sure and do exactly what it says. Ooh. Thank you guys so much. We have three newlywed couples with us this time, and we're going to find out just how much they know about each other. The introductions, let's give a hand first and foremost for our three newlywed couples. Now, husband number one is Jeremy Lokits. He and his wife Debbie were married this past April 19th to be exact, at the Santa Rosa Beach Club with our own Pastor Eric performing the ceremony. Jeremy is an aerospace engineer at Eglin Air Force Base. He set the bar pretty high by having his first date with his wife on Valentine's Day. Let's give it up for Jeremy. What a cheese ball, but he's our cheese ball. Okay, husband number two is Joe Johnson. He and his wife Cassie were married May 24th of this past year in Crestview. Joe is a fourth grade school teacher. Now, Joe, I heard you had quite the romantic date at the fair a month or so into your dating your wife. Why don't you very, very, very quickly tell us about it?
Well, we went to the fair.
That's nice. No, I'm just kidding. Let's hear it.
And we went on one of those rides that go around and around, and you lay on your stomach, and, well, let's just say it made me a little sick. And I vomited all over the place.
Okay, if vomit doesn't say love, I don't know what does, right? Husband number three is Will Gilllette. Will owns his own remodeling company. He and his wife Wendy were married this past January at the pavilion near the Crab Trap. Now, Will, I hear there's a bit of an issue with your marriage license at the wedding. What happened with that?
That's correct. There was a bad omen. 3 trips to the courthouse to get it, and then we lose it after the ceremony. So we thought that was kind of a bad omen. But
well, we'll find out today.
Yes,
we'll find out today if you really do love each other. Okay, guys, the rules of the game. I'm sure they were explained to you earlier for our audience. The way it's going to work is we have the wives back in a soundproof booth, so they will not be able to hear the questions or the answers these gentlemen give. You guys are going to give the answers to the question, and your wives are going to try to best guess what you guys say about that. Are you guys ready to play?
Yeah.
I've got the question. These guys got the answers. Let's play the Newlywed Game. Question number one. We'll start with Jeremy. Jeremy, for 5 points, what color are your wife's eyes?
Oh, brown.
Oh, brown.
I thought they were going to be hard.
Ooh. No. Don't trash talk the host. I decide who wins. Okay. Same question for number two. What color are your wife's eyes?
They're blue-green. Sometimes blue, sometimes green, somewhere in between there.
I don't think
they're blue, green, brown, Hazel. Okay. Blue, green is what we have. And we got the same question for you.
Brown.
Brown, a definite brown. You see there? No slashy in that one. Surefire brown. We got the answers. All right, question number two. We're going to start with Joe. What flower best describes your wife in the morning when she first gets up?
Ooh, flower.
Hold on there, hot stuff. It's a multiple choice. Sunflower, bird of paradise, or snapdragon?
I'd say sunflower.
Sunflower. It doesn't matter if you're wrong or not, trying to get brownie points. I understand. All right, same question for you, Will. They were, again, sunflower, bird of paradise, or snapdragon.
I'm going to say bird of paradise. I'm going
Bird
to be
of
different.
paradise.
I'm not gonna say the
Okay.
obvious,
All right. A little nonconformist.
Yeah.
That's okay. We like that. Bird of paradise. Same question for you.
I think sunflower is the easy answer.
Sunflower is the easy answer. We're not trying to tell the truth here. We're just trying to get kissed by our wives. That's really cute. Okay, question number 3. Will, we're going to start with you. We're kicking it up a notch. 10 points. What animal does your mother-in-law remind you of? No multiple choice here. We're putting you on this, putting you on the whatever.
I tell you what I want to say or what I should say?
Oh.
No. This is easy. I'm going to say a cat.
A cat.
I have a good reason for saying this.
He told me earlier she hawks hairballs, so that's okay?
No.
All right, number 1. What animal?
Cougar.
A cougar. That's an unbelievable answer. And there's no way you can beat that, but let's see if you can't humiliate yourself.
I have no idea.
There are a lot of animals. Just pick one.
I know.
All right, just one, or I'm going to have to go with turkey vulture.
We'll just go with a giraffe.
A giraffe is the worst answer you could have come up with, but that is an answer. It's about time. We're not asking you any more questions. I'll just write down what I think. Okay. Here's the money question for 25 points. We're going to go with you, Jeremy. If Mattel modeled a doll after your wife, what phrase will she admit is most likely to come out of her mouth when you pull the string on her back?
No multiple choice.
No multiple choice. No easy outs here.
I have no idea.
Wow, we got some originality on the panel today, folks. You guys are in for a rare treat. Just a phrase. Any phrase she says maybe more than once ever in her life.
How about I love you?
I love you. That is really cheap. All right, Joe. I know it would come out of your mouth, probably about 15 seconds of silence, but let's see maybe what would come out of your wife's mouth.
I was going to say the same thing. I love you.
I love you. There we go. We can just copy and paste all day, huh? We don't care. We don't care here at Shoreline. Will, how about you? I know you've had a while to think.
I think I know this one. It's going to be Windjammer. And the reason I say that is she's got to go get her attitude, let's get it done. And I always joke around and call her that because she takes charge. And
the Windjammer?
Windjammer. So
Windjammer is the answer. We don't know how to spell it, but that's the answer.
Windjammer.
Wendy and Windjammer. Hey, that sounds good. I don't have to understand. You guys love each other. Let's bring in the wives. What? Oh, you guys thought I was serious? That's a little joke we like to play around here. I've got a bonus question that you guys didn't know about that I'm going to read. This is just in case there's a tie at the end. This is going to be used for the tiebreaker, so we're going to ask that now. Jeremy, we're going to start with you. What is the exact ring size of your wife?
7?
7 sounds good. We'll write down 7.
7.
7? I better see a carbon copy. We better have twins coming in for these wives.
If she's right, then you see I was right.
Hey, you're absolutely right.
I absolutely know this. A 5.
A 5.
A 5. See,
I didn't go for the ring. I was pretty cheap. I gave my wife ringworm when we got married, but we got wives coming out. Let's bring them. Let's give a big round of applause.
Is mine? Okay, face it. This is the first one. Okay.
Now, our lovely wives have been in a soundproof booth for the past 74 hours, so they have no idea what day it is or what the questions were. We are going to now ask the wives what they thought their husbands' answers to the questions were. Wives, is that correct? You have no recollection or no idea what the questions were or what the answers were. Is that correct?
Correct, right.
All right, off to a good start.
Correct, Bob.
Okay.
Yes, Bob.
Wife number 1.
Or number 3.
Oh, little introduction. Yeah, we might as well do that. Debbie is an operations manager at Transaction One and has a second career as a jazzercise instructor. She and Jeremy recently found out in the last 2 weeks they're expecting a child. Let's give them a big round of applause. Wife number 2 is Cassie. Cassie is a full-time student. Let's give it up for Cassie. And wife number 3 is Wendy. Wendy is a physical therapist. Please give it up for Wendy. All right, we're going to start off. Debbie, for 5 points, what did Jeremy say the color of your eyes were?
Bob, that'd be brown.
Let's hold up the answer. Whoa! No divorce yet. Here we go. Number 2. Oh, same question. What did he say the color of your eyes were?
Bob, that'll be bluish green.
Holy mackerel! Hold that thing up there.
Yeah!
He seemed unsure, but he was spot on. And for you, what color eyes?
Bob, if he doesn't get this right, he's in trouble.
I know that's true.
The answer would be brown.
The answer is brown, and he put brown. He knew that one. Okay, for another 5 points, Cassie, what flower best describes you in the morning when you first get up? Sunflower, bird of paradise, or snapdragon? Well, they got one thing in common, don't they?
Bob, I'd probably say a sunflower.
A sunflower? He chose sunflower. You live to see another day. All right, we go to you. Wendy, what do you think he chose? Sunflower, bird of paradise, or snapdragon?
Bob, I'm going to have to go with bird of paradise.
Holy mackerel. Now, I promise this is a soundproof booth. I don't know. All the pressure's on. Let's see if the last couple really loves each other.
Great.
Just kidding. Take it easy. Sunflower, bird of paradise, or snapdragon?
I'm awfully sunny in the morning. I'm going to go sunflower.
Oh, hold that up. And maybe even get a kiss from your wife. We're trying to promote romance. That was cute. I'm making romance happen. What have you guys ever done with your lives? All right, next question. Wendy, for 10 points, what animal does your mother remind you of? Again, this is Will's mother-in-law.
Wow, that's a good question.
What animal does your mother remind him of?
You know this.
Bob, I would have to answer with dragon.
A dragon. A little harder on the mommy dares than he was. He said cat. Okay, we're going to go to you. Same question.
Yours. No. Oh, we got a mother's name.
Debbie, okay.
I'm sorry, yeah, to you, Debbie.
I'm going to say a mouse.
A mouse. He said cougar. He knows what he's in for when you get older, and here we go. Cassie, we're going for you. What animal did he choose? I almost guarantee you get this one. It's kind of a gimme. I don't know her, and I could have guessed this.
My mother?
Yeah.
Any animal in the world, let me go ahead and save the time. You're not going to get it.
Bob, I'd have to say a boar.
Holy mackerel. Any parents in the audience, we apologize. But I give you what, the answer wasn't much better. Hold up that answer. He said giraffe. We got long lines of patience, long necks, and we're making romance happen. Jeremy, we're going back to you. Do we have those scores? Do we have the scores written down? Tie game. And what are the scores? Who's ahead? What's going on in this world? 15 points apiece. That means this last question, where 25 points could make or break not only your relationship, but your bank account, as we're going to send the winner off to a dinner for two to Graffiti's. So we're going to start off with Jeremy. If Mattel... I'm sorry, Debbie. To you, Debbie. If Mattel modeled a doll after you, What phrase is most likely to come out of your mouth when Jeremy pulls the string on your back?
Wow. Wow. Can you come back to me?
I absolutely cannot. Well, anything you've ever said, you can just repeat it now. You can even make something up. We don't care.
Okay, how about, woo, jazzercise.
Woo, jazzercise, you are awfully close. It is, I love you. He thought the relationship was going a little bit better than it is, apparently. Cassie, same question to you. What comes out of your mouth when he pulls that string on your back as a doll?
There's so many things.
So many things that you could say, but you're not saying any of them.
Bob, I'd have to say you're my best friend.
Oh, that's sweet and kind of close. Hold up that sign. He carbon copied the I love you, and we got a heart to go. That's cute. You guys can give each other a kiss. All right. It's all on you. Wendy, what comes out of your mouth whenever he pulls any phrase maybe?
Bob, it's a lot of pressure.
That is a ton of pressure.
You know this. We joke about it all the time.
Oh. Ooh. We might have to dock a couple points.
Bob, I'm going to have to go with meow.
Oh, you almost had it. Depending on how our judges spelled it, no, it was Windjammer. Awfully close. I think.
Doesn't mean I would say that.
Yeah. Well, because I
Okay.
Say it. That's what I'm supposed to say.
Okay, we got overtime.
Okay.
We got one final question. To the first, to you, Debbie, we're going to ask you, what is your exact ring size?
7.
7. He said 7. And he wagered Texas. You guys don't get it. All right, now to you, Cassie, what is your exact ring size?
A 7.
He said 7. And to you, Wendy, what is your exact wing size? What is your wingspan?
Bob.
What is your exact ring size?
Bob, my ring size is 5.
And he said 5. He was sure about that one. Yeah. Number 2. You know what? I'm making an executive decision because I got the suit and the fake sideburns. Here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say our winner is couple number 2 because they got that last question almost kind of right. It was both sweet. I'm sorry, guys. You guys give a big round of applause for our newlyweds. Woo! I'm Bob Eubanks. Thank you guys so much for joining us on the Newlywed Game, and we'll see you next week.
Husbands say he is basically more urban or rural. Kathy?
I don't know what they mean.
Well, you know it. You married him. What do you think?
Heck, he's urban.
He's urban.
Yeah.
How long has he been that way?
About 2 months.
2 months he's been. Do you think there's anything he can do about it?
He went to a doctor.
Oh, he did? Did the doctor give him anything for his urban?
He gave me something.
Will you help me welcome those that are watching on the internet? That was hilarious. And Brian, you're fired. We had a 3-way tie, so We've got to have questions that separate our contestants. So we'll have to have a tiebreaker for the tiebreaker. This is the time you want to pull out your Shoreline notes so that you can follow along with today's talk. We're talking about marriage. Love and marriage goes together like a horse and... That's why I'm not on the singing team.